Hello and welcome to my channel. It's been a long time since I've done any new video. It's because I had a lot of changes in my life recently. I moved away from Canada back to Europe. I currently live in the Czech Republic in Prague, where I have a full-time job as a front-end developer and using JavaScript, and although sometimes using .NET as well. Uh, but I I think I'm going to restart my channel and keep posting new videos from now on. So stay tuned, and hopefully you'll get a lot of useful information uh, from this channel, and I will do my best to deliver. Today I'm going to show you an easy way. Of course, this tutorial is for Linux. I'm going to show you an easy way to create command line applications. The point of this tutorial is to, well, supposedly you're doing something on the command line and you don't want to go away from the command line. You don't want to use your mouse to open a menu and click your application and get and start it. You just want to do something on the command line, just to type one command or two, and that's it, to get some result. For example, in Linux you do something like this: ls, which means list all files and directories inside the folder that you are in. So, and that's it. Okay, so you want something like that. So I'm going to create a simple application. So I'm going to go to my development directory. Alright, and I'm going to create a directory called test command. I'm going to change to that directory, and as you see I have nothing here, so I'm going to create a file, a C++ file, and I'm going to open that file. Actually, I use Microsoft Visual Studio Code, which is freely available, and it's a very powerful editor. So I'm going to go to error development test.cmd. Okay, so I have this file here. It is recommended to install with C++. Okay, so I don't have it. C++ complete language support. Okay, I thought I had it. Install this and this and this. Alright, that should be enough for now. Okay. Reload window. Although I'm not going to use it at this. What the? Okay. At this session, just I'm going to use the command line mostly, but for now, I mean, it should be enough. So I'm going to include the standard library, the C standard library. I'm going to include math, just a demonstration, and I'm going to include IOStream, and here we go. Using namespace standard int main int argc car pointer arg. This is the conventional, the standard convention for naming functions in C++. So okay, zero. Right, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a simple factorial function. Okay, so I'm going to, or maybe sine. Okay, let's start with the factorial. So basic school example, right? The factorial function, which is defined as the factorial of n is defined as n multiplied by minus n, etc., until n reaches 1 or 0. In that case, the function returns 1. So in this case, if n is less than or equal 1, return 1. Otherwise, return n multiplied by fact of n minus 1. Okay, so yep, that's it. So this is the factorial function, and here I'm going to do this. If the number of arguments, which means argc, is less than 2, because I need 2 arguments, the name of the command line utility, the program, and the parameter that it takes, then I'm going to tell the user that the usage should look like this. Don't know, let's say fact and parameter. And I'm going to enter a new line. If the number of arguments is okay, let me return minus 1 in this case, because this is a faulty well, okay, in that case, if everything is okay, then I'm going to simply enter the factorial of, and here is the thing, ATOI, I think, of argv1. What is this? ATOI is a utility that converts a string input into integer value, and it's a function that is part of standard lib in C. So what I'm saying is that I'll take the second parameter that I have on the command line, this one, argv1, because argv0 is the name of the utility, it's the name of the program, and I'm going to change this into an integer value. And after I change this into an integer value, I'm going to use it as a parameter for the factorial program, for the factorial function here. Okay, so I think that we are done here. Yeah, looks I didn't use math in this case, so I'll comment it out. Yeah, I think I'm done. So if I go to terminal, okay, now I'm going to compile this program, and I'm going to say G++, because G++ is the standard compiler of Linux. Could be other compilers though. So main cpp, and the output file, which is specified by the switch -o, I'm going to name the output file as fact. Okay, as factorial. So let's see what's going to happen. I say okay, so I have fact. Now let me test fact and see. Fact 5 should be 120. Okay, so I have 120. Let me test fact, I don't know, 9, something big. Now fact, let's say 15, could be something even bigger. Yeah, because the factorial function grows very quickly. So okay, now I have the fact utility. Let me create another function. Let me say, so let me create a new function here. Let me say new file, and let me name it as same as the normal. Here, let me name it as same CPP. So I'm going to copy what I have here. Please install clang, blah blah blah. I don't want clang, not yet. So I'm going to copy all this and go away. Okay, so here I will need math. I'll explain why. I won't need fact. So I'm going to compute the sine of an angle. So in this case it will be sine. The name of the application will be sine. And here I'm going to call sin ATOF. If I'm correct, that should be it. So let's see. Okay, right, that looks okay. So let me check if I can compile this thing. Sin CPP. Let the output be called sin with capital and C. Alright, so I have sin. If I test it, let's say sin of 0, okay, because the sine of an angle of 0 is 0. It's 0. Okay, so the point of this tutorial is not to do everything correctly. The point is to show you how you can create applications and put and use them from the command line. In case you need a utility, you can create a utility and use it from the command line without having to program a complete application with GUI interface, etc., etc. So in this case, the next step would be how to use this utility in a natural way. A natural way means that you, for example, want to, if I go away from this folder, let's say I go to my home folder, okay? So now I'm inside my home folder, okay? So if I want to call this, the factorial function, for example, let's say fact5, okay? I will receive an error that the fact function, the command isn't found. That's because it's the path to the utility isn't declared, isn't part of the path environment variable inside Linux. So you have either to put your utilities into the user bin folder, which is a global folder, or you can do something a bit more clean in order not to pollute the user bin folder, is that you create your own local bin folder inside your home directory, which I have already done. So if I'm inside my home directory, so if I do this, okay, so I'm inside my home directory, I do ls, and I have my bin folder here privately, okay. So if I go to bin, okay, I see I have nothing there. Now, so if I go outside, let me just go here. Right, so I have fact and sin. Let me copy these, copy fact, sin to my bin folder. Okay. Oh, okay, so let me check here. Okay, so I have them there. Now if you go to your home folder and you do list all files, okay, AL, A means all including hidden files, okay, you will see there is a file called .profile. This is a file where your settings are read once you start your session, once you log into your home directory. Inside that, if I do something like less dot profile, okay, there is a section here which tells bash that if you have a bin folder inside your home directory, okay, then include that bin folder in the path environment variable. Hence, now, okay, now if I call my utility fact, for example, 6, this utility now resides in the bin folder, and the path to that folder is now declared. So now if I press enter, I will receive the correct answer. So if I do sine, for example, I don't know, 3.14, so I will receive something close to 0. Okay, the closer this number goes to pi, the closer this number goes to 0. Okay, so now you have a directory called bin, which can include all the utilities that you will create for your own pleasure, for your use inside the command line. Now suppose that you are doing some crappy thing here, you want to do something, and suddenly you decided that you urgently need to know what's the factorial of 9. Okay, you don't want to go outside bash, you want just instantly to use this utility right there. So you can do this like that. And this concludes the tutorial for this session. Stay tuned for new material. See ya.